So my sleep habits have been less than ideal lately. I keep waking up quite early in the morning and then falling back into a really deep sleep and then waking up a couple of hours later. Just not feeling great, and I'm really sick of it. So my challenge for myself this week is to wake up at 5:30 a.m. every single morning. I'm slightly nervous, but I'm also really, really excited because I actually love the mornings. I'm a morning person. I just find it such a peaceful, special time of the day, and I've been missing out, and I'm really sick of it. So that's what I'm going to do this week. And as well as that, I want to start implementing some more mindfulness practices back into my life. We have a lot going on at the moment. I'm about to start my own business, and I'm not working at the moment either while I set it up, so I don't have income coming in. We're about to move into our first home. All really exciting, incredible, happy, wonderful things, but they're also pretty stressful, and I'm naturally quite prone to anxiety, and I have to be really careful. Otherwise I can just get really overwhelmed and flustered, and that can kind of manifest into like self-doubt and fear. So I need to take care of myself basically. And the first thing I want to do is to incorporate meditation back into my morning routine. I've been good and bad with meditation in the past. I kind of go through phases of being in quite a good routine with it, and then I just stop completely. And that's where I'm at the moment. I haven't meditated for maybe like 3 months or so. And when I do it, I can feel the benefits completely. It's just having that like moment to check in with yourself and your body. And when I find something does happen to me like during that day, like I don't react as quickly. Like I kind of take a breath and take a moment, and I need that at the moment. I really, really do. So meditation is the first thing on my list. The other thing I want to look at is my diet and just what I've been eating. I have IBS, which can be an incredibly frustrating and boring and annoying thing to have. And to be honest, I've just been pretending that I don't have it and eating whatever I want, and my body is not happy with me. So I really want to go back to basics there. I've also been looking into like Ayurveda and kind of the Ayurvedic way of eating. If you don't know anything about it, it's like an ancient Indian medical system, and they focused on more like holistic approaches to mental and physical well-being. And they have some really lovely like food practices. Spices is a big one, and also just all their recipes are really like grounding and warming and nourishing. And that's how I'm going to eat this week. I'm also going to omit onion and garlic from my diet, which, believe me, makes me quite sad because they're the base of so many amazing recipes. I love onion, I love garlic, but I find in big quantities it can be quite inflammatory for me. So I'm going to stop that for a while, see how we go. The other thing I really want to do is go to the ocean more often. We live about a 10-15 minute drive from the beach, and for whatever reason I just haven't really been going, and I don't know why, but I'm going to start going back because I love the ocean. I always have. Being from New Zealand, all our holidays were by the beach, so it's always been such a special place for me. I just think it's so incredible and vast and powerful, and it makes me feel small, it makes me feel humble, and I need to go to the beach regularly, and I'm so lucky to have access to it, so I really want to make the most of it. The other thing is a gratitude list. I already do this. I do a gratitude list every night, but what I've been finding, I've just been writing the same things on repeat that I feel grateful for. So my challenge this week is just to write things that I haven't ever written before and try and just change it up, because man, I have so much to be grateful for, and it's not just the same 3 things. So that's my challenge there. Another thing, which seems pretty simple but is really important when you've got a lot on your mind, is to write a to-do list. This week I've got some stuff that I need to do as far as like filling out forms for the council, and I hate doing that stuff, to be honest. I've got a creative brain. I hate kind of the money business side of stuff, but it's paramount when you're starting your own business and incredibly necessary. So I need to get it done, and a way for me to do that in a manageable way is to write down everything I have to do and tick it off. Seems simple, but it is so helpful, I find. So I'm going to do that this week too. Lastly, I want to start stretching and also do a bit of yoga. I am terrible with stretching. I just don't do it, which is not good for a runner. My mum tells me all the time I have to stretch, and I just don't listen to her, which is incredibly stupid because mums know everything. So mum, I'm going to start stretching. I have also just been feeling like achy and have little pains and niggles in my legs, and I don't know if that's just being 30 now, but I don't like it. So I'm going to stretch. I'm going to see if that helps. I think I'll just follow some simple YouTube videos. I really want to start doing a little bit of yoga as well. Like I've done it in the past, but it's another one of those things I never really keep up. It's never been my preferred form of movement just because I am the type of person who likes cardio. I like feeling kind of like worn out and sweaty after a workout. But I have anxiety, so I know that it's a really ideal form of movement for me. I just need to kind of get over that little mindset that I have around it. My mum does yoga, my dad does yoga, Dan's mum does yoga, and I can just see the joy and peace that it brings them. So I want a bit of that. So I'm going to try and incorporate some yoga back into my life. So that's my plan this week. I guess it seems like quite a lot. I'm not going to do it all in one day. I'm going to do it slowly and gradually and make it kind of a part of my life. And I'll document it. And I'll have a little debrief with you after every day and we'll see how we go. I'm really looking forward to it. I feel like it's a really good time to start doing these things. And yeah, you can come too. So I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. I'm really tired. And not just because I got up at 5:30 this morning, I just had a really bad sleep last night. My brain just would not be quiet. I think I slept for like 4 hours. Not the best start to my week, but tomorrow is a new day. It's late afternoon now and I'm about to get dinner ready, but yeah, I just thought I'd debrief with you. Did a meditation and yoga this morning, which was really nice. Got some stuff done today, surprisingly, since I'm so tired. There's been a bit of a change of plan this week. We're going to go to Melbourne tomorrow, just for the night. Dan and his niece Anna have booked some sessions at the wave pool there because they're really into surfing. So I'm tagging along. I'm going to go visit my best friend who lives there and eat some nice food. So yeah, it'll be a bit of a test to my little challenges I've set myself this week, but I feel like a new environment is quite a good way to do that. So I'll take you with me. But yeah, I'm going to make some dinner and I thought I'd show you my evening routine, which I have pretty down pat. Of course, it starts with food. We have dinner pretty early. I'm talking like 5:30. It's just how we eat. I like eating early. It gives my tummy time to digest. Next, I always look after my skin. I have a pretty thorough skincare routine. I just really like it. I like the process of kind of looking after it, and I find it kind of soothing and meditative. Then I always give my plants a little spritz. I'm a pretty attentive little plant mother, I reckon. So I always do that just in the evenings, and they're all looking really healthy, have lots of new growth. And then I either have a bath or a shower. I really love water. I find it don't know, there's something about it, just kind of like refreshes you. Always makes me feel kind of sleepy as well. And then I either turn my diffuser on or light a candle because I just love scents. And then I do my gratitude list, which I do every night. You don't have to write a lot of gratitudes either. Usually watch something on my computer, and then I read. And I read for like up to an hour, 2 hours before I go to bed. I can't sleep without reading. So this is just, my nightly practice. And that's it. Nothing too fancy. Just sitting amongst my plants. I think at some point I'll do like a little plant tour or introduce you to my plants, because I have quite a lot of them and I'm quite proud of them actually. I feel like I'm a really good plant mother. They grow really quickly, they just seem really happy, so I might do that once we've moved into our new house. Anyway, back home, got back from Melbourne at about 5 last night. It was a really exhausting trip, to be honest. It's about 5 hours one way and we were only there for one night, so it was just really rushed, and for me not particularly worth it because I didn't swim in the wave pools like Anna and Dan's thing, but it was cool to watch them. Just kind of glad to be home now. I love Melbourne, but I like staying there for a few days and kind of settling into it and seeing the places I want to see and my friends I want to see, and just didn't have that this time, although got to go to Tahina, which is one of my favourite places to eat. And home now. I kind of slept in this morning actually. My alarm went off at like 6 a.m. and then I just stayed in bed for like 40 minutes, just kind of like easing on into the day. I really needed a long sleep. We got up at like 5 a.m. yesterday morning and then drove for ages. I just like needed that extra sleep. But generally speaking, getting up earlier is getting better. I think it's going to take a couple of weeks to kind of get into it, but I'm falling asleep faster just because I'm getting up earlier. But I think it will probably take another couple of weeks just to get into the routine and the structure of it. But I've got to see some really beautiful mornings, which is always worth it. I've just been kind of going through some of my stuff and doing like a bit of a cull just because we're going to be moving soon, and 1 month now, like just over 1 month, which I know is just going to go by so fast. So I'm just kind of like gradually kind of going through different drawers and whatnot and getting rid of stuff. But I found a couple of books that I read a little while ago, but I thought I would just talk about them because, I love to do that. The first is 3 Women, which is about 3 women. Really beautiful book. I loved it. It follows the lives of these 3 women and kind of like important relationships that they have. I thought it was amazing, and it's one that I would really love to read again. I think I read it about midway through last year, and I think you could read it again and just get so much more out of it. So I'm going to do that, I think, at some point. But highly recommend. I thought it was a brilliant book. Next one, My Year of Rest and Relaxation. I love this book. I read it when I moved to Melbourne from Auckland, and I was staying with my best friend at the time and like waiting to find a house to move into. And I was just kind of in this like weird transitional period and a little bit stressed out, like finding a job and all that kind of thing. And this was just a really nice book to read at that point in my life. It's hilarious. It was one of those rare books where I found myself like laughing out loud a bunch of times, which doesn't happen that often to me. And it's just really charming and hilarious. It's basically about a woman who tries and sleeps away 1 year of her life. Highly recommend. But yeah, I think I'm going to go for a little walk around the trails. I wanted to go for a run this morning, but I'm on the cusp of getting my period, and I woke up and my body was just like, nah mate, we're chilling, don't want to do that. So I respected it, listened to my body, but I feel like a nice gentle walk will probably do me some good since we were in the car for so long yesterday. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to take my camera just because I want to be, and I always get quite distracted when I've got my camera and things to film, but I shall talk to you later. So, plot twist. We've had to self-quarantine because there's been one new COVID case through a person who worked in hotel quarantine, like the managed isolation. And because of that, we've had to get tested and we can't really leave the house until our results come back. So I wanted to go to the beach today, but that's not going to happen. I just went for a run just down the road. Pretty annoying, but this is just what life is like now, and it's just kind of like accepting it and moving on. It'll be fine. I thought I would just kind of like do a reflection on the week. I haven't implemented every single thing that I thought that I would, and that's fine. That's life, you know. Like for me, it's about consistency and it's about progress and not perfection, because perfection doesn't exist and it's also incredibly hard to maintain. It's just like being aware of when I'm feeling a bit frazzled or overwhelmed, and just slowly kind of implementing these things into my life. And just having self-awareness is just so important and integral, I think, just to, keep an eye on your mental health. Life is really hard. It doesn't matter what's going on with you, and there's just ways that you can make it a lot easier for yourself. And I've kind of found those things for me personally over time, but I do tend to neglect them when I am feeling really stressed and overwhelmed. Like, that's my default, is just like I try and manage everything and control everything myself. I can be incredibly self-reliant, so I try to solve all my problems on my own, and it's just not good. It's not maintainable, and I always have some sort of like meltdown in the end of it. So it's just about kind of like reflecting daily, I think, for me. One thing I didn't speak about as well is journaling, and I'm pretty good with my gratitude lists. I do them every night, and that's just a habit that I've gotten into over time. Journaling I haven't really been doing much of. I did it pretty consistently last year, but this year I haven't really done it at all. So I just kind of remembered about it midweek, and I'm going to start doing it. Bought like a really cheap journal from the supermarket. You don't need anything fancy to start. I just find for me, like, I tend to keep everything in here. And then it can feel way bigger than it actually is. And then when I put it down on paper, I just have so much more clarity and just get rid of everything. I find using journal prompts really helpful, so I thought I would just read some out to you. I found a page on Instagram called self.practice, and they've got heaps of little journal prompts that they post all the time, so I thought I'd read some out to you if you're thinking about doing it. How do you feel in this moment? Where do you go to feel at peace? What constitutes a good day? How can you show yourself more compassion? What hard conversations need having? Do you tell people you appreciate them enough? What time of the day do you feel most at ease? What do you hope to accomplish today? What does the next week look like? Make a 7-day plan. So yeah, it's just kind of nice having like topics or subjects just to write on. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up. I'll keep kind of showing you what I'm doing kind of as I make more videos and try and implement these things into my life. They're all really important things to me. Also, the tea that I made earlier, that's like a kind of Ayurvedic blend that I found online. It was so delicious. I thought it was gonna be, I don't know, taste like diluted curry water or something, but it was actually just so soothing and lovely. I added, I think, about a teaspoon of fennel, cumin, coriander, some fresh ginger, a little bit of turmeric powder. I didn't have fresh turmeric, but that would also be really good, and just a tiny bit of black pepper, and then I just boiled it up and strained it, and it was really, really good. Thank you so much for being here and watching as always. I really hope you're doing well wherever you are and that you have a wonderful day and week. Sending all my love, and I'm going to end this video with some food. I'm going to go make my coconut noodles because I need to take some new photos for them, so enjoy that. But yes, I shall see you next time. All my love.